Greetings nerdy list aficionados and welcome back to Top 10 Nerd. Today we're looking at the Black Flash, a character that has shifted somewhat over the years and has been depicted various ways across different mediums, which has resulted in a variety of manifestations of powers. Not all of these powers are known to everyone, so that's what we're going to focus on. I'm Sasha and these are the top 10 superpowers you didn't know Black Flash had/has. Of course, as always, the caveat, if you're in pretty deep you may know all of these. So let's get started. Number 10. Death. So the Black Flash first appeared in Flash Volume 2 number 141 back in 1998. This was the first full appearance. He had made a brief appearance a few issues earlier as a cameo, and from the outset people had questions. Did he exist because the Flash and the Speed Force existed, or did he always exist and the Flashes were just tapping into this already pre-existing paranormal meta area? The Black Flash seems to be Death, at least for speedsters, an agent of their demise. It is said he exists because Death is too slow to catch speedsters. It all has a very fanciful, mythical feel to it. This special Grim Reaper just for those being extra fast. Flashes have reported seeing the Black Flash upon near-death experiences. Or Black Flash, I mean, there are a lot of Flashes, but that's still a lot of waiting around. Number 9. Siphoning off the Speed Force. The Black Flash operates inside the realm of the Speed Force, and as a result he can siphon away the Speed Force from other speedsters, making them slower and himself faster. A huge advantage, especially when you're trying to catch up to someone. Scary though, an entity in another dimension messing with your power set. Ominous. It was better when it was just because you got struck by lightning or inhaled some hard water. Classic origins. Do you like how the Speed Force has evolved? Let me know. Number 8. Gifting the Speed Force. Following up along the same vein, it of course makes sense that if the Black Flash can siphon off powers, he can also grant them. It was revealed that he was the one who empowered Wally West's children, you know, when they still existed, before they were erased for the crime of not only being legacy characters, but Wally's kids in particular. He was already a legacy character. However, there was contention when this occurred, as some felt this complicated the function of the Black Flash, and made it veer away from being the embodiment of death. Neil Gaiman in particular was not necessarily here for this change, feeling that the character is the ultimate personification of death. Number 7. Capturing souls. Along that same vein, we have capturing souls, and yes, this is different than being a Reaper and shepherding those into the great beyond. Not the same. It is not the same as harvesting souls. Same building, different department. The Black Flash has at certain points been believed to have captured souls, perhaps as part of its mission, perhaps to augment its power. Either way, it doesn't sound like the best place for your soul to end up. Some people say you'll rest when you're dead. Not if the Black Flash has anything to say about it. Number 6. Immortality. Now, this may seem like a given to some. I mean, if it is the avatar of death, then would it not have to live forever? Otherwise, how could it perform its duties? However, with some entities like this, there are multiple versions of the character taking on the name, passing on the mantle, or possessing different hosts while the idea or entity is immortal, like say the Spectre. But no, the Black Flash is the one and only, although for a while it looked like the Black Flash was Bart Allen. It was a whole arc, albeit a brief one. Sometimes it seems that comics aren't exactly sure what to do with the Black Flash, but they want to use the design because, well, it's very intimidating. Number 5. Maintaining the timeline. The CW took the time to create its own version and lore for the Black Flash. This version was Hunter Zolomon, in this canon from Earth 2. And he had been transformed into the Black Flash by the Wraiths. It was a whole season-long mystery, just who was the Black Flash? And it was quite devastating for Barry when he discovered who it was. Betrayed again. This Black Flash had a different mission statement than just being the embodiment of death. He was instead in charge of maintaining the timeline. So we all know why he was there for Barry. Barry needs to be stopped. He's just playing fast and loose with the timeline, taking it whichever way he can to get what he needs. And while that can result in some big changes, the Black Flash isn't here for it. There is a natural order to things, or there's supposed to be anyway. Barry. Number 4. Erasing people from existence. What maintaining the timeline means is sometimes you need to get your hands a little dirty. When timelines get altered, it means that sometimes there will be people walking around who, if we're going by the whole maintaining integrity philosophy, basically should not be there. So that means that there sometimes needs to be a little bit of finagling to get the timeline back in order. This is why he was hunting down Thorn, the Reverse Flash, who Barry had brought back into existence with Flashpoint. Thanks a lot, Barry. The goal: erase Thawne, correct the timeline. This of course prompted the Reverse Flash to try and find a way to keep existing, which would send him on a quest for the Spear of Destiny, so that he could alter it and, well, keep existing. He also had to try and erase Savitar. Number 3. Changing reality. This power flows nicely from the last. Of course, when you're erasing people, you are changing reality. Even if it's only to maintain the status quo, that still counts as a change, because it was shifted, and then you shifted it back. And sometimes if people are messing with the Black Flash, the changes may not exactly be what it wanted. The Black Flash appears to have been destroyed by Killer Frost. Number 2. Freezing time. So not only can the Black Flash move freely through the time stream, he can also use the Speed Force to freeze time, or at least make it slow down to the point where only those who have super speed can perceive that it is still moving. It's an ability that not many think about, and not one that a character with that much speed really has to deal with too often. That's one of the most terrifying aspects of the idea of the world changing like that. You would never know. And number 1. Enhanced senses. When you think about the Flash, you think about speed and the like, but there is also the deal of sense enhancement. So the idea here is that the super speed also extends to the senses, which allows for an extra level of perception that cannot be achieved by those working at a slower pace. This is how they still see and hear normally even when moving at such a rapid pace. This also means that they can perceive other speedsters moving around them, especially the Black Flash. So imagine how clear the world must look at what is regular speed for us. Poor average turtles. So those were 10 abilities you didn't know the Black Flash had. Did you know all of these? Which version do you prefer? Guardian of the Time Stream or Harbinger of Death? Let me know down below. I'm Sasha and thanks so much for watching Top 10 Nerd. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe and hit that bell notification so that you never miss a vid. See you again soon. Bye bye.